Okay guys, it's finally here. Every year or so, Nike always upgrades their most popular and most innovative football boot, which is Nike Mercurial Superfly and the Mercurial range in general. And this year, it looks even better than ever before. I've been super excited to get these in my hands, and I've been waiting ever since the release until this moment. Welcome to YJ Football. My name is Yaz, and today we're going to be unboxing a pair of the Nike Mercurial Superfly 7 in an awesome release colorway, which is the blue one. So let's check it out. If you kept up with this channel long enough, you probably would have seen this box many times. This is what Nike sometimes sends their football boots or shoe products to us at YJ Football in. I've gotten this box so many times and I can't get sick of them. Alright, so there's a little tab here. I'm just going to pull it for freshness. So based on the pictures I've seen online, I've always thought that Nike weren't going to do a major upgrade to this year's Superfly and Vapor shoes. But ever since they came out, I think I've actually been proven wrong. It seems they've actually taken a lot of... This is difficult. It seems they've actually done a little bit of an upgrade to the shoe, and what everyone's raving about... is... Give me a sec.
One eternity later.
Okay, finally got it out of the box. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that when I first saw pictures online, I assumed that Nike weren't actually doing a major upgrade with this iteration of the Mercurials. It looked exactly like the same silhouette, so I assumed that it was just an incremental and aesthetic visual upgrade to the previous edition of the Mercurials. But boy, I was proven wrong. When these first came out, all the videos and stuff going around was talking about how amazing this upgrade was. So without keeping you guys waiting any longer, let's check these out. So I got this in my regular size 9.5 US, which is my preferred size for Nike. And it says right there, Nike Superfly 7 Elite FG 9.5 US. And here we go. Pretty standard box, like I've said. And holy damn, they look amazing. Oh wow, you guys seeing this? That looks absolutely beautiful. Probably one of the coolest release colorways for Mercurial I have ever seen. Just looks so nice. I don't think the pictures do it justice at all, because like on the pictures they look just blue, right? But on top of this blue, there's actually like a kind of rainbow aurora type of layer that looks amazing. Holy crap. That's just amazing. That's all I can say. And being a Mercurial fan, this is an amazing moment for me. Like, I'm glad you guys are experiencing this with me. I'm so grateful. Oh crap. Okay. Control yourself. Okay, here we go. We can do this. Next pair, I'll just pull the other one out. Again, same thing. Oh my god. And what I love about unboxing elite level shoes from Nike is that they provide a special boot bag for every colorway for that specific boot. Like with Adidas and stuff, if you've seen my unboxings, they always do the same exact boot bag and it's always boring. But with Nike, they always have special boot bag for the color. So we've got a big Mercurial M logo in the middle in white, really clean, really clean, and a blue solid color here. It just looks really awesome colorway, very nice combination. 10 out of 10 so far. Getting to the main point of today's show, yeah, I absolutely love this design. It's just first glance, love at first sight is what I can say. Just looks amazing. And like I've said, I've definitely been proven wrong. This is totally different from the previous generation. There are a lot of stuff they've kept similar to the previous generation. We'll get more into that in a little bit, but a lot of things they've also changed. So this is definitely not an incremental upgrade, but actually a major upgrade to something that was also pretty good as it was. What I'll probably start with is going to be the upper. So the main talking point with this new Mercurial design is the upper. So in previous generation, Nike decided to incorporate a full 360 Flyknit into both the Mercurial Vapor and the Superfly. The Superfly already had Flyknit before, but last time it was this kind of full Flyknit layer combined with a Nike skin layer on top. But overall, what people didn't like about it was, even though it was really responsive and really nice fitting and gave you a really fast feeling when on feet, they were not the most softest boots. They were actually quite stiff, but they're really good at what it did well. But in order to improve it even further from what it was, Nike have actually changed the upper. So before it was this regular kind of Flyknit yarn that they've used, but in this new iteration they've actually combined it with what Nike called the high tenacity yarn. High tenacity, that just sounds really intense, but it's basically, if you understand Nike Flywire technology, they used to use these cables of high tenacity yarn to actually give shoes a bit more structure just to support the upper material. So what Nike have actually done with this is that they've incorporated their high tenacity yarn within the Flyknit upper. So if you take a closer look, you can see this kind of white cables running all through the blue upper on the boot. I'll show you a close-up shot right now, and that's basically the high tenacity yarn. So by combining the high tenacity yarn with the existing Flyknit, they've actually created a new upper that's still very responsive, still very lightweight. It's still got that knit flexibility, but at the same time it's really soft. So they've actually improved upon the main weakness of the previous generation of the Mercurials, which is a really big step up. And the other thing on the upper is that on the previous generation they used a layer of silicone on top, which is Nike's skin layer. The main reason for using that was to actually add a little bit of a grip to the Flyknit and also improve the durability. The Nike skin layer is actually that kind of rainbow-like layer you see on top of the boot across the upper here. But at the same time, there's portions where they're not used, which is on the tongue area here and on the collar. You can see more kind of exposed Flyknit. And it doesn't even look like they've used the high tenacity yarn in those particular areas. And in the previous generations, what I imagine is that the thickness of the Nike skin layer on top would have definitely added to the overall stiffness of the previous generations of Mercurials. So they've actually massively improved the upper, and already in hand they feel really good. And what also you might be interested to know is that Nike have used all condition control, ACC, and integrated into this Nike skin layer as well. And on the Superfly you obviously have the collar, so it's basically just a collar added onto the Vapors. So if you're into the Vapors, it would be a little bit cheaper than the Superflies without the collar, but exactly the same boot. I just wanted to get the Superflies for myself. The next point that I want to cover is the aesthetic and visual design that they've given this boot. When I saw the leaked photos, I initially thought, is that the right direction to take this boot? Because it looks so different from what they've previously done with the Mercurials. What you can see is that they've got massive branding and a lot of graphics all across the design of the boot. I think it's just another way to keep it alive, keep it more interesting, keep it exciting, and appeal to the younger generation of football fans as well. Okay, starting with where the swoosh is positioned on these shoes, Nike have actually decided to go more towards the sneakers with a brand new design of how the swoosh is placed. The swoosh is actually dropped towards the outsole and almost semi-cut off along there. It looks really cool, and you probably have seen this on shoes like the Nike React Elements, and I'm a big fan of this change-up, and I think it's really cool. And it's nice that they've actually gone with an outline version of the swoosh rather than a solid swoosh as well. And moving towards this heel area of the shoe, you have a big massive Merc logo, short for Mercurial, on this very cool Aurora like backing layer as well. And on the corner here on the heel is this kind of big Nike rectangular logo that is basically from a marketing campaign, which was kind of like write your own future, write your own story. And I've seen players like Ronaldo, Mbappe, and others wearing the shirt with this particular graphic on it. So they've incorporated it into the Mercurial as well. And taking a look at all this text on the Soleplate as well, you got stuff like designed at Nike World Headquarters, engineered for speed, fast by nature, stuff like that, just repeated all across the bottom there. And you also have big just do it, Nike soccer, Nike football in all different languages across the middle here as well. Definitely really cool. And moving along to this heel as well, what it says is Nike football, project concept, Mercurial, designed at Nike World Headquarters, and a little Nike swoosh there. A lot of detail, guys, and a lot of stuff to talk about, and it's really fun, really awesome. And what I really like on this side of the shoe is they've got that same kind of Aurora-like backing color there, and they've got a big Merc logo here, and with a line going across there. It's sort of raised and feels really premium in hand as well. And they've got a big Just Do It logo here. Man, there's so much detail on the shoe, and a Nike logo with the swoosh there as well. So cool, so much detail and a lot of stuff to talk about. And on the toe as well, you have a little tiny Nike swoosh, which is really different from the traditional larger Nike Mercurial swoosh brandings on the boots. And it says Nike Football Project Concept, Mercurial, designed at Nike World Headquarters. Same graphic as on the heel there. Okay, now that we've talked about all the graphics and Nike branding on the shoe, let's talk about the Soleplate. Soleplate looks like they've kept the same anatomical Soleplate design, with the front part of the Soleplate split from the rear as well. But what's changed is that they've actually incorporated this Aero Track piece here into the front part of the Soleplate, which aims to add a bit of stiffness to the front portion of the Soleplate and aid in that kind of spring back that we like to see on speed boots these days. And it's a really cool wearable finish on this front portion of the sole plate as well. And it does say that this chrome finish will wear off over time. In the studs, I know that they did say that the studs are longer, but you can definitely feel it if you are a Mercurial enthusiast or fan. You can definitely feel that they've raised the studs, even though it's just by 1 millimeter. Can you believe that? And apparently it was something that players did request, that the studs be longer, just add a bit more aggressiveness into the traction. The portion of the sole plate on the heel consists of 4-bladed studs as well, the exact same studs in an anatomical sole plate on the previous generation, but the only difference is that they actually cut out a little bit of a hole on that heel there. Just a minor reduction in weight, not much difference there, but that's what they've done. Okay guys, time for my favorite part of this video. It's going to be the on feet portion of the video, so let's check out how they look on my feet. And that's it for our unboxing video of the Nike Mercurial Superfly 7. I'm still absolutely ecstatic about this new release. I think that they've improved so much when I didn't think they could, and they look amazing. It's such a cool looking boot. I love this launch colorway. The new upper feels amazing. I can't wait to test them out and get a review out to you guys as soon as possible. And Nike's going to be dropping the soft ground versions as well in no time, so hopefully we pick up a pair of those to show you guys as well. If you enjoyed this unboxing video, make sure you leave a like, support the channel by subscribing, and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos. And that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.